gym. Don't get surgery. Come on. Let's go to the gym.
But, Kia looks right on Instagram, though. Let me show you the pecs.
It's so bad.
Yeah, I mean.
It's something nauseating about it to me, to tell you the truth.
What, you got the Johnny Drama calves?
No, just
look at those calves. They look great.
It's just monstrous. Like, if you want to change something about yourself physically, put in the work.
But it's hard for some people because their genetics and their body just doesn't.
Who you telling?
Like you, Max.
Who you telling? I know if I want a six-pack, I got to go to the gym. And by the way, it's never quite a six-pack nowadays. It's a 4.5. You get the 2, and then a little line underneath. You don't get the extra. You don't get the 2 extra.
But what happens in our world that we live in society, and Jay knows this, and you know a little bit, but Jay knows more than both you and I because he's a social media darling, is that
all over it.
It shows up on people's feed. Am I saying that right?
Wow.
On the feed,
yes.
And everybody sees it.
Is that feet or feed?
Feed.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
Shows up on the feed, and people gravitate toward that, and they say, wow, beauty. Like me, sometimes I think maybe I want to get injections in my lips and get them more.
Yeah, a little bit more moist.
And be like maybe clean eyes. I look at your eyes, and I say, maybe I should get some contacts. Because when I look at Jay's feed, I see some of those things sometimes. I go, what if I had green or blue eyes and I got full lips, even though I already have full lips?
And implants.
You don't want to make them more full. No,
why not?
You don't want the duck lips.
You don't want me even more sexy?
No, because nobody wants to walk
Too
around
sexy
and point
already.
towards your lips. Look at his lips. Look at him. Those aren't real.
There's no way. And then maybe I get some of this stuff to get some of the wrinkles out of the forehead. And that's what happens. That's what people do.
People looking
then you
for
get all the
people
likes.
looking
Everybody
for
tells you.
People looking for external answers. The answers are in the inside.
I only look on the feeds for sports content.
It's like the people that pose next to the Ferrari and then put it on their feed, and you're like, but that's not your car, though. You live in a one-bedroom apartment. That's what happens. That's social media.
The pernicious effects of social media here on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Duck lips. Oh, jeez.
Guys, Jerry Jones, not apropos of anything about plastic surgery or anything.
Oh,
okay?
no,
That's a separate issue.
No, we did not.
I have to say, we're now making a hard, clean break from our previous conversation about plastic surgery, and we're now talking about something completely different, okay? Period. Pause. Take a breath. Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner,
I'll never be on this show,
said Dak Prescott is determined to play Sunday. Listen to this.
Well, let's just say this. He's determined to. I think he's, from my perspective, from what I can know and see, I think he's going to get there. We feel like that physically he's at a position that the risk reward justifies him being out there in terms of any reoccurrence of the injury. Set that one off to the side. We don't have that to think about. So it's a question of him getting ready. And he's going to be given every opportunity this week to get ready to go play.
Yeah, and look, and I understand everything Jerry's saying on the clips that we're watching on ESPN2 right now and ESPNU. He certainly looks like he could spin it. There's no question about it. He's catching it from the gun. He's not underneath the center. I would want to see him underneath the center to see if he could catch that hard snap from it popping back while he's underneath the center. That's what I would be more so worried about. Or what happens if a hand comes toward him, much like Carson Wentz, or a helmet again? Can he withstand that little bit of pain tolerance that may be there? I think coming back against Detroit, he'll be fine. I mean, I think next 2 games he should be fine. Then he gets a bye, and they should be okay going into Green Bay in Week 10.
Know what I love? Yeah, Jay.
Dak Prescott coming back to this team makes them the best team in the NFC. And I hear what people are going to say about the Eagles, and the Eagles are right there when it's all said and done, and it could be a coin flip. But it would just make me trust the Cowboys so much more with the experience and the baggage that comes to the table with Dak, because it feels like there's a Jalen Hurts something to prove like venom in him, considering the way the last couple of years have gone, right? Injury prone. Can he do it again? Can he get back to MVP form? We see what
Can he win a playoff game?
Can he win a playoff game? It just, and Max, we've talked about this a lot as Giants fans.
Yeah, one.
We talked this a lot about Giants fans. people not talking about them in the preseason, the same thing, the way things used to be. Everybody, the Cowboys going to win. Now, I know Key and others have came around to it, but it feels like we're working towards that. And that's what you want as a team. You want to progress.
He said, hasn't he won one? Right. It's not can he win a playoff game. Can he win 2 in the same season? Can you at least really make a deep playoff run if you're the Cowboys and Dak Prescott's under center?
Here's what I say, and I'll continue to say this, buddy. If the Dallas Cowboys somehow figure out how to get that first round bye, they're going to the Super Bowl. They are going to the Super Bowl if they get the first round bye.
Can I tell you how good that makes me feel? Every year, everyone – there are people at this network especially will pick the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl or at least get there. This year, not a single person before the season. And it made me nervous as a Giants fan. I'm like, they never do it. Everyone always likes them. This year, no one likes them. They're going to fly under the radar. Thank God. Key and now others, you were the first to do it, but then others are now picking the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. It makes me much more comfortable.
I didn't say win.
But you get
go
there.
To it.
But Max, this feels different.
And here's why I feel this way.
Michael Parsons.
It's a different situation than it's been in the past. Okay, they took a backup quarterback and won
4 games.
4 in a row?
Mm-hmm.
Was it 4 in a row?
Yeah, they won 4.
They won 4 games in a row with a backup quarterback. Okay, they've had backup quarterbacks in a row that couldn't get out of their own way.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Cooper Rush, obviously, the pumpkin came in.
But they didn't do it with Andy Dalton the other year. Right. They had Andy Dalton. They couldn't do what they just did.
Exactly.
Yep.
And they've had other backups in the past when Tony Romo went down and they couldn't do it. It just feels different. I know Philadelphia has a 2-game lead. Philadelphia still has to play them again. Still got to play the Giants. Still got to play the Commanders. They still got games to go. A lot of people aren't high on Philadelphia's victory so far because they look at it, and rightfully so, the one quality win I would think would be against a backup Cooper Rush and a Minnesota team at home. If for some reason they get that first round bye, trust me, they're going to the Super Bowl.
But this puts all the pressure on Dak, right? The defense is there, Key. Like the missing link is the quarterback that we saw a couple of years ago play at a very high level. And we see that in AFC. Talk about like Josh Allen maybe being the best quarterback in the entire league, or Patrick Mahomes being the best quarterback in the entire league. 2 teams that are destined, you feel like, to come out of the AFC. Like Jalen Hurts playing at MVP level. The only thing that's missing is the quarterback for America's team playing at a high level to get them there.
Let me see that schedule one more time that they just threw up on the board for us on television.
Was that for the Eagles or for the Cowboys?
I don't know. I wanted to see. I think it was for the Cowboys. I just wanted to see what it looks like moving down. So, okay.
Playoff standings.
Okay, that's the playoff standings. Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I saw some teams, and I was like, let me take a look at that. So, when you look at where they sit right now, the Dallas Cowboys, they got Detroit, Chicago. They got a tough one in Green Bay. It's not playing great.
They're favored in every game except the Green Bay game on the road. They're favored by FPI to win every single game the rest of the season except for the one in Green Bay.
And that's my whole point. They could potentially get the first round bye.
So the Green Bay Packers were favored. The only one favored against the Cowboys. Here's the question. Are they going to